Thank you for being on the call this morning. On behalf of the Pittsburgh Foundation, the Forbes Fund's Board of Directors, the extended support from philanthropic family members and organizations, and our staff at the Forbes Funds, we thank you for joining us this morning. I want to acknowledge that there were a couple more shootings over the past few days, and we hope and pray that those families and officers are addressing those issues straight away. We also want to acknowledge our fallen comrades as they exhibit levels of humanity that we need to live up to. Their sacrifices should not be without cause for us to act. And in light of these activities, we continue to ponder, what does our future look like? And we ask people to think through, how do we look at how we function with our heads and our hearts as we move forward? I will continue to point these things out. I think they're very important. We have 4 flashpoints that I think are critical to acknowledge: the continuation of income inequality, 2030 climate change, 2040 the minority US population becomes a majority, in 2050 70% of the world's population will move to the urban corridor. When you ponder those particular challenges coming to our sector, our region, and our world, one has to begin to understand or consider, what is our region's North Star? At the Forbes Funds over 31 months ago, we began to consider our North Star a framework that focused on the utilization of the social determinants of health. That framework allowed us to look at the role of education, economic stability, social and community context, the built environment, health and healthcare, as a way to consider our grant making, our purpose, how we measure our influence on the sector. Today's guest focuses on education, but let's be clear that there are a myriad of other things that go into creating a safe and healthy environment for families to thrive in, much of which has to do with economic stability, our social and community context, built environment, health and healthcare. How important is education? Education is critical. We know that as you rebuild a city without a strong educational system, many people will question whether or not they live in one part of the city or another, in particular those with families and those considering families. So today's call is quite important given the impacts of COVID and online learning and the pivots necessary for our region to navigate the challenges of today and into tomorrow. So without any further ado, I turn it back over to our team. Thank you.